Hello, this is Patricia Brooks, and this is Courage Concept number 62. Give yourself permission. We are all raised to become part of society, become part of a culture, become part of a family. And as such, we learn how to act in our particular society, family, or cultures. And that means that we learn what the rules of the game are. And we adopt those rules. And sometimes those rules fit us for a while, and then we outgrow those rules. But we are afraid to break free from those rules because it's what we know. It helps us feel safe and accepted. And so doing something outside of that does not feel good or comfortable. And so we don't give ourselves permission to do that, to go outside of societal norms, even when we feel a deep calling to do something different. This concept, give yourself permission, is pivotal in your living your best life, is in your being your true authentic self and experiencing the things that are most important to you. I am now living in the south of France. This is something that I never imagined I would be doing. And when I got the idea, I was a little bit stuck and thought, I can't do that. I can't quit my job. I can't move to the south of France because that would break me from what I'd learned and grew up believing, that a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. But I got permission to do this thing that I felt like I needed to do. And that was because I broke free from a belief that was instilled in me and that I believed for decades. And that was a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. My Uncle Bob, he shared with me that he believed the adage, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And he was the generation of my parents. And so when I heard him say that, that gave me permission to, in fact, make plans and realize this dream. Now, giving yourself permission to do something that is different from what others is doing is difficult. I have to admit that. But when you do, you will have this sense of freedom that is unknowable until you have it. This concept goes to the catalyst for cultivating courage that is shifting your perspective, because before you believe something new, you are in the same viewpoint. You see the things the same as you've always seen them, the way you've learned to see them. But when you shift your perspective, you're seeing something from a new angle. And that's what my Uncle Bob's saying, nothing ventured, nothing gained, instilled in me. It gave me this different viewpoint. It gave me permission. Now, one tool that I use now that helps me shift my own perspective and give myself permission to do something that might be different or radical is I ask myself the question, what am I failing to notice here? And this comes from my favorite quote from R.D. Laing. And he said, the range of what we think and do is limited by what we fail to notice. And because we fail to notice, that we fail to notice, there is nothing we can do to change until we notice how failing to notice shapes our thoughts and deeds. And so when I ask myself the question, what am I failing to notice here? I often pretty quickly get the answer, and it's coming from my intuition. And when I hear that, and when I listen to it, when I take it to heart, write it down, that propels me forward, whether it's simply a seed that's being planted for growth later or something that I can act on immediately and change and do something that will move me in the direction that my life is calling me to. It's a very powerful question, a very empowering question. So the next time you feel like you want to do something different, that you are not living fully to your potential, but you feel stuck because, well, this is not what most people are doing, ask yourself this question. What am I failing to notice here? Be silent and listen for the answer. And when you hear the answer, don't just brush it aside. Take it to heart, write it down, and let that seed grow so that you can then break free from some of the societal norms that no longer serve you. Give yourself permission. That is Courage Concept number 62. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.